Hello, so in this video we are going to look at how to create a new country in the globaltm.org website. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to the support page. So it's just the globaltm.org/support, and you'll need a password to see this page. If you see the thing asking for a password, you'll have to ask probably David for the password. But anyway, once you can see this page, we're going to use this quite a bit. So also keep in mind, I'm actually making this page as I'm doing these videos, so it might change as to what you're seeing right now, but hopefully you'll still be able to follow along. So the first thing that I usually do is I'm using this country checklist page. So this spreadsheet is a spreadsheet that I've made to try and keep track of all of the countries and where they're at for different stages of the website, because there's a lot of steps that go into each one, and when there's a lot of countries, it's hard to keep track. I use this. So this page is actually also the output page from the new country form. So if a country fills out the new country form, which collects information about their center and everything like that, then this will appear in one of these rows. But anyway, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes they do not fill out this new country form. So I'm going to go without using this thing right now. In another video, hopefully I'll have a video of using this page here. But what we're going to do is go to this country checklist page. And this is where we have all of the countries on the columns. So we have all the countries along here, and then there's not really a rhyme or reason to these columns. There should be, I suppose, but anyway. And then down on the rows here we have the different steps to go through. Feel free also to add in rows or change rows as you need. This form definitely doesn't have to stay this way. It's, whatever is helpful to help set up a country. So feel free to add or delete or change any of these rows. That's completely fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a new country. And by the way, I'm going to be making up a fictional country or center, I guess, in this case, just because it's easier to go through all the steps with a fictional example. And again, hopefully I'll have an example of an actual country as well. But for this stage, I'm going to be setting up a center at my house, which is in Livermore, California. So I'm just going to call this Center Livermore, and I'll write fictional next to it, just so people know this. There's a couple of things I keep track of in this line. Is the language that we're using for the, well actually in this row I have the language of the country. So I'm in the US, so that's English. Here I usually put the link of the page once it's finished. And here is a progress count. Hopefully you know a little bit about Sheets or Excel, so this isn't too scary, but basically I'm going to pull this across. Now the reason it says error is because actually when you copy a new column here, these checkboxes don't actually, they don't really work properly. Maybe that'll change, but basically you've got to add in checkboxes again. So I'm going to go, where is it again? Insert checkbox, here we go. And then this will work now. So it says 0% complete, which we know is correct because we have not done anything for this new center, Livermore. Then the next step here is to start making a page. I usually actually start with this section here, the TM Center page section, because that's sort of easy to get started from our side, and then it's also, you can send it off to countries themselves so they get a sense of what their center might look like. So how you make a TM Center page is we are going to go back to the support section and go to this HubSpot areas part. There's this one here called TM Center page template. This is what we're going to use to make a new TM Center. So this is the template that goes behind all of our TM Center pages. So if you make a change on this template, it'll apply to all of the TM Center pages for all the countries. So it's meant to keep in mind if you're going to do that. And what we're going to do, where do I find my thing over here? Yep. So we're going to go to, I think it's actions, and create page. So this will create a page of the TMC template. It'll create a page from that. And we're going to pick a website page. Landing pages we're only using for the marketing type thing, ideally, and then website pages are the main function of the website, so it's a website page. And then we're going to call it TM Center Livermore. Alright. So this will make a page from this template. And here we go. It's pretty bog standard right now. It's nothing special. A lot of this stuff is staying the same, and then we'll change specific parts of this. And also, I mean, this page might get an update with design, so maybe this will be entirely irrelevant. But anyway, we'll go give it a go. So usually the first thing I do is add a banner image here. I've been getting sort of nice photos of the area, so let me just Livermore, California. See if I can get a nice image of where I'm at right now. Doesn't really matter too much. Oh, that one looks kind of nice. It's a bit small. So the banner images, ideally you get a bigger image. Oh, that's nice. Let's see if I can use that. Sometimes it takes a couple tries to get a nice image. Team centers. We've got Livermore, Fictional. Okay. And then another part you're going to use quite a bit in this is you go to Content and File Manager. This is where all the files in HubSpot are formed, so the images and everything like this are stored here, and these navigations here for the TM centers, it's in a folder called TM centers, and then I usually make a new folder for each center or country that I'm making. So I'm going to again create a folder here. Here we go. I think I gotta find it again. Documents. Okay, we'll see how this one looks. It's a bit of a small image. I'm thinking it's going to be blurry. Well, we'll see. So what you do is you add it into this URL part here. Hopefully you know a bit of HTML, and then we'll add a title. And then I've been putting the phone number on the subtitle, so I'm going to put my phone number. Obviously you get this from the countries themselves, when it's actually a real TM center. So as you can see, it's stretching and looking a bit strange. So I'm going to try and find a different image if I can. It is wine country where I'm at. Oh, this one looks like it might be more of a higher resolution image. Let's try this one. Though it's probably not actually Livermore, but anyway, it's fine. Sometimes in some countries it's hard to find good images. Just try and do what you can. I've been trying to focus on photos of nature, whether it be ocean or beach or mountain or forest, something sort of, or waterfall, something kind of relaxing looking, rather than any sort of buildings or people or something like that. it looks okay. It's not really crisp, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it right now. So we'll just stick with that for now. You can probably do better when you're doing it for a real country. Anyway, this is the top banner done. And then we're going to add in information about the teachers. So again, you'll get this from the teachers themselves, but I'm going to write in something for me. All right, we've got Livermore. And then I'm the one teacher here. Hypothetically, I'm not a teacher, but yeah, well. Okay, Katerina Pollock. And then let's add in a description. Lives in Livermore, California with her husband and her dog. Okay, cool. And then this Facebook link as well. You might want to put that in, particularly if the country has a Facebook page. So let me just add in my Facebook page, just to give an example. Okay, so let's add this in. So it looks like we just have source alt. Okay, so I'm going to put href equals. Href is the link for the page that you're actually going to. So when you click on it, this is where you're going to end up. So let's save that. And then we have here also an image. So let me see if I can change this image as well. So first thing you want to do is upload it into the folder for the TM Center. Do I have any photos of me? Sure, let me just put in this one. Oh. And then ideally what you want to do is crop it so that it's square. This just helps out the image so that it doesn't get squished and weird looking. So what we're going to do is you click on the image, I'll go back up a step, and you go clone and edit, this thing here, and you're going to press crop and select square. So this will give a default image that you will, when you make it into a circle, it'll be a nice circle. It won't be a weird oblongy circle. Okay, so we're going to save this. That'll just create a copy of the image that's square, and we'll use this in the code. So we're going to copy this URL that we want to use and put it into the code, which is here. You can also change the alt text too, it's a good idea. Let's make this Katerina Pollock. So there we go. Oh, it's still a bit of a strange circle. My code's really not very good. We'll try not to do that and make it better. Anyway, we've got the name of the center. We've got my name, my credentials, also a little description of me, a photo, and a Facebook page. That's all looking good. Here, ideally, we would put in photos of the actual TM Center. Let's see if I actually have any photos of my house. I don't know if I do. I could put in any random photos, I guess, just for the example. Okay. Okay, I'll put in some photos of my dog. How about that? If I can find some photos of Zach. Okay, file manager. Let's add in some more photos. I don't know. We can put in this one, and we can put in this one. We can put in this one, And let's do one more. We'll do this one. So, I mean, obviously you'll be using photos of the TM Center. I'm just showing an example of how to make this image gallery on the page. So let's go back to this page and we'll upload some images. So I first clicked on this module called the image gallery, and we're going to add some images to this. So again, we're going to go back to the TM Center page, and then to the, let's find Livermore. Where is this? Here we go. And we will put in these photos. Okay, it looks like I have to do one by one. Add another one. Oh. TM centers. It's a bit annoying you can't do them all at once, but try this again and see if I can. So you go click one, control click, shift click, no. Okay, fine. I'll just put in one more. Okay, apply. So this makes a little slideshow gallery that people can click left and right on, and it sort of just slides around as well. So that's that. And then the next thing you want to do is update this form. So every center gets its own form. And you can actually create it in this page. So what we're going to do is go add new, and we're going to call it Livermore, what do I call it? I'm forgetting it now. Livermore shoot. More intro lectures. So that'll take us to the forms part of the HubSpot, and we're going to make a couple of changes here. So we've got first name, which is always something we want, and we're going to make it actually required, and also change this to replace with queued progressive field. This just means that if someone has entered their first name somewhere on the site, they don't have to do it twice. So if HubSpot already knows their first name, it'll hide this area of the form for them. You don't need a last name, it's not really important. We want to have email. We want to also make this queued progressive. We want to go back to all fields here and then create a new field. We're going to make that's what I call it, introductory talks. We're going to make a drop-down select, and the default option we're going to leave here is keep informed of future talks. This is just so that, you know, before anyone's set up any intros, they at least can sign up for something if they're interested, and then teachers can get back to them if they want to, or they should, but anyway. So we're going to create this new field, and then it'll add it in here. I'm just going to rename this another remembered one called my forms. Livermore 3 books. And we're going to also make this a required field. But we're not going to make it a queued progressive, we're just going to leave it as is. And then we're going to add one more field. We're going to add in something called how many seats would you like to reserve? So this goes on all the forms. We leave this not required, just in case they're doing the keep informed thing, they don't have to pick a number of seats. And then there's actually one more thing we're going to add in if you have the information. If you don't, then you can leave it out, but we're going to add in a rich text area above this part here, where you put in your address or the address of the address of the TM Center, so they have it on the form. We're going to call it Livermore Transcendental Meditation Center, 1319 Marigold Road, Livermore, California 94551. All right. And we're going to go update. This will actually take us back to our page that we have been making, our Livermore TM Center page, and it'll have our little form here for us. It'll ask you for your name, email, and you can select to talk, and you can reserve a number of seats. So that's all looking good. If you have a TM fee, you can add it in here. Basically within this div, you can add in whatever you like. So I'm going to write something for the example. Adult is $100. Child is $50. That's fine. Okay. And is there anything else we need to do? Yes, we need to add this in. So this on the left here, we've got some details about our center. So again, I'm going to put in my center. I'm using BR here just so I keep it nice and condensed. And then my phone number as well. This gets nice and bold. So that's there now. And then we're also going to add in a Google Map. So we're going to go to Google Maps. And we're going to embed some code on the page a little bit. So we're just going to enter the address. Here we go. And you click on this share button, embed a map, and we use the medium sizes. Copy this link, come back to the page, and then you can just replace all of this code with the correct code. Yep, here we go. That's all there. One more thing you might want to do is update these links here if relevant. If you have a specific Facebook page, Twitter page, and everything like that, you can put these links in. If not, you can leave them as is. They just go to the generic TM social areas. But that's fine. All right. I'm not going to go into that right now. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to go over to settings and add in some information that's required. So this page title, you can just write TM Center -Livermore, and then actually I would take out this little thing here. Just you don't have to do that, but it's just kind of nice to keep everything consistent. So we've got TM Center -Livermore. This meta description actually we'll get from one of the other pages. So I have to go to one of the other TM Center pages and we'll copy theirs. If you're doing a bunch of these at once, I usually save it in a notepad or something like this so I can just copy it again. And I'm going to change this to Livermore, and I change this to a certified TM teacher, just so it's, yeah, that's all good. And and then that's fine. And then we go publish. There we go. And the last thing you want to do is actually click on this link and just check everything and make sure it's looking good and working fine as you like. You can always go back and make changes afterwards if you're not happy with it. So let's go through here. We've got my, see right now the Facebook link's not working, so that will need to be checked out. I think, yeah. We've got this gallery that is working right now. The photos aren't the greatest, but you know, there you go. You can just go back and forth with the countries too to get nicer photos. We have our talks form, which, yep, we'll also be doing more stuff with this in another video. We have PM fee, and yes, that's working. It drops down and it's got our details here. And we have phone number, we've got map, and all this good stuff. So that all looks good. So then the last thing you want to do actually after this is go back to our checklist and check off what you've done. So we have added a banner image, we've got a phone number on the banner, we've got a TM teacher bio, we've got photos of the TM Center, we've got contact information, we've got a Google map, we have course fee information, we have a page title and URL. That's that setting option when you add in some more details there. And then we've got a meta description. We copied that over from St. Lucia one with some changes. We've published and checked the page. We haven't done this last step, send teacher to check. Well, I guess I'm the teacher, so I guess I've checked it. Okay. You know, you would actually send this page Livermore page to the center and just get them to the teacher and get them to look at it, check everything over and make sure it's okay. And you can always go back and forth a little bit, but hopefully it's all good and done. And that is how you set up the first stage of making a country, which is this TM Center page section. And we will continue on the next part, the next section.